Hello everybody, my name is Adriana King and I'd like to share 4 horror books with you in which the setting of the haunted house is central to the story. What I love about haunted house stories is the fear that is caused when our expectation of home as a place of comfort is corrupted. Our home is supposed to be a place of shelter and safety, yet the haunted house traps us in a state of constant dread. A classic story on this list is The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson. This book has inspired both film and TV adaptations. In the story, Dr. Montague invites several people to an abandoned mansion as part of a research study into the paranormal. Dr. Montague is hoping to essentially wake up the evil of the house to provide evidence that the supernatural exists. Shirley Jackson writes Hill House as a character, with its own personality and intentions. The Haunting of Hill House is an intelligently written story with gothic qualities. The second story on my list is White is for Witching by Helen Oyeyemi. This is a story about a teenage girl named Miranda who has a compulsive eating disorder in which she eats chalk. Miranda lives at her mother's childhood home with her father and twin brother. The house is haunted by several generations of ghosts, however the house itself has a highly possessive personality. Helen Oyeyemi writes White is for Witching in an unconventional style in which she shifts among narrators and first or third person perspectives. This book provides readers with more than just a haunting story, but also an opportunity to discuss themes of xenophobia, mental illness, and family legacies. Next up is Slate House by David Mitchell. Now this is quite a short book, less than 250 pages. However, it is an impactful story. Slade House only appears every 9 years through a small door in Slade Alley. The house itself is inhabited by twin siblings who lure people to the house for a dark purpose. It's a really spooky story told in short bursts of narratives from various perspectives, and also a great starter read for the rest of David Mitchell's books. The last book I'll talk about is House of Leaves by Danielewski. This book is like a story within a story within a story. At its core, it's about a husband and a wife and their kids that move to the Virginia countryside. They come to realize that their new home is larger on the inside than could be physically possible. Hallways that are too long and closets between rooms that shouldn't be there. The father in the family attempts to capture the phenomenon on film. Later, this film gains an underground cult interest, which is reviewed by one of the other narrators in the book. A third narrator writes about his experience reading the review. It's quite complex with frightening elements woven all throughout the book. Even the way the book is put together is so cool and interesting. There are pages with just a couple of words on it, sentences printed in diagonals, and words printed sideways. It's one of those books that will probably haunt you for years to come. And there you have 4 haunted house book recommendations. Thank you so much for listening.